risk-free assets in this standard deviation and expected return plane. Okay? Now, capital market line shows the linear relation between your total risk of perfectly diversified portfolio and expected return. Okay? Introducing risk-free assets so that your expected return of your portfolio will be risk-free rate plus portfolio's total risk times this something called Sharpe ratio. Sharpe B ratio or Sharpe ratio. The Sharpe ratio is this one, the, how do you say, slope term in your capital market line. It tells you about how much excess return that you can expect by taking one more unit of risk. For each unit of risk, how much excess return that can you get? Okay? Very important concept. When you talk about portfolio strategy or coming up with quantitative trading strategy, they talk in terms of Sharpe ratio. Do you want it to be higher Sharpe ratio or lower Sharpe ratio? Higher Sharpe ratio. Okay? Because for each unit of risk that you take, you want more return. Okay? So higher Sharpe ratio, they go for it. Now, two-fund theorem shows up in that an investor splits their money and put one into risk-free asset and the other into market portfolio over here split. Okay? So your portfolio over here will be half and half between treasury and market portfolio. Okay? The point M, that's that case when you invest all your money into market portfolio, risky assets. Point D, this one shows when you invest in market portfolio with borrowed money. It's a leveraged position. If you can borrow at risk-free rate and put all those borrowed money and your own money to this market portfolio, you will be over here or above. So it tells you that, well, tell me your risk preference, right? Risk preference. And then with this two market portfolio and the risk-free asset, we can construct a portfolio for you to serve your risk preference. Okay? So capital market line is very important in that sense. Now, the big assumption and follow-up is like this. Assuming diversification cost is nothing, and that, or transaction cost, right? And that all assets can be traded, the limit of diversification is to hold a market portfolio of every single asset in the economy in proportion to market value, and this portfolio is called the market portfolio. The consequence is that individual investors will adjust for risk by adjusting their allocation to this market portfolio and the risk-free asset. Okay? Now, so that's the end of the slides. Okay? Any questions? Any questions? Yes. Before. Over here. B over here. Right? So here you are borrowing at risk-free rate. Borrowing at risk-free rate and put all your money into market portfolio, taking a leveraged position so that you can take excessive risk, and not excessive, but very high risk and achieve very high return, like with borrowed money. Okay? C, this is where you put almost half of your money into risk-free asset and half of your money in market portfolio. Half and half situation. Make sense? Right. So that's that. Any other questions? Yes.
On page
Anything more? Yes.
So it says if adding the HMC to my market portfolio makes my market portfolio more risky, I will not invest unless it gives high return. And then below it says notice that if not, I would require more return from HMC if the total risk is high. What's this? I don't get the
Right. Notice that it is not, I would require more return from HFC if its total risk is high. I will only require more return if its market risk is high. Diversify, this one, right? So KIC's perspective, right? KIC's perspective, they say, I will require higher rate of return for Hyundai Motors. Only this guy makes my market portfolio risky. But if the Hyundai Motors unique risk, right, CEO doing crazy things, does not affect my market portfolio, then I will be happy. It's still, I would not charge higher rate. I would not require higher rate. That's the idea, right? Whereas over here, total risk takes into CEO as well. That crazy guy, go. Okay, that's that. Right? And one concept you can think about is that, well, corporate governance kind of things, right? Is that something KIC or National Pension Fund should really care about? Or not, in this respect. To the extent, as long as governance has to do with unique risk, would you care or not? Yes or no? Somebody says no, somebody says yes. Half and half. What do you think? Should the National Pension Fund or this KIC guys care about CEOs doing crazy things? Yes or no? From this perspective, no. Right? No, because he does crazy things, somebody else will benefit it. Maybe, I'm diversified portfolio manager anyway. They will cancel each other out, right? Somehow. So that's an interesting point that we have to think about. But then again, why do they care sometimes? Norwegian National Wealth Fund or something? Sovereign Wealth Fund? Norwegian or many of the Swedish guys and the California teachers pension fund, CalPERS, right? Why do they care about corporate governance?
Corporate governance, because it could be seen as the systematic, it's the dividend, something that divides the two things.
Okay.
That is not the objective thing, I think. Maybe some macro things there are some macro things.
Macro elements of corporate governance?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. That may be why.
Yeah.
Can corporate governance be a macro or some systematic factor? Or is it totally idiosyncratic, company specific? Is it worth asking questions, right? Some approaches and some scholars argue, like what you said, it seems to be it is priced somehow, as if it is some macro factors or some kind of systematic factor. Some may not. We're going to get back to that kind of question later on. Okay, keep that question in mind. No straight answer to that one, by the way. It's an open question. And Thursday, we're going to come back and then go through slide number 4. Right? So see you on Thursday. Bye-bye.